Welcome back, you guys. It's go time. This is vlog number 5. Today is July 26th, 2025. Day 34 of the AIWOS project, the AI Warehouse Oversight System. Today we fly to Georgia. It's a big day. There's a lot going on in this vlog. I'm going to go over everything going on the client business side, where we stand on development, and what's happening. We're flying out this week and what's going to go on this week. And I'm going to end it with a very, very important announcement, especially if you own or manage a warehouse. You're going to want to listen to the end of this vlog, okay? So let's start with where we left off. Where we left off last week, we were just beginning our migration into the cloud. Okay, our system was built, the main core of it. I did more work on it this week. I'll go over that in the dev area. So that's basically where we left off. Client side, we have the 3 pilot rollout: Georgia, Chicago, LA. Flying out to Georgia for the first site today. Okay, so that's where we left off. Let's talk on the client side. As far as the client, for this specific client, the Georgia project, I spoke with a few more people in their organizations, such as the other owner, who's already excited and bragging it and calling it some Star Wars thingy to his friends, which is whenever you have a CEO bragging about it before they even have it running, you know you've made a good impression. So let's start with that. More on the business side, I have multiple people asking for demos. I can't bring them out yet to everyone, but I am going to do my next demo on August 8th in Georgia at another facility in Georgia. It's for a very large company, very, very large company, and I will be doing an on-site demo for them, which is basically about 2 weeks after the system should be fully operational and running, and I'll be able to show them exactly the system as it sits and runs. So there's a lot of good things going on the business client side. Let's talk the dev side. The full cloud migration completed. Everything is in the cloud. This week we implemented the full database system. The SQL Server and all that's all set up. It's storing all the data properly, which is great for me. I had to get that done before I went. Gosh, there's a lot we did this week. I designed and implemented a self-training system for AIWOS. It does self-training on the site, rack locations, positions, flow. It does self-training when it comes to equipment, and it does self-training when it comes to SKUs, when it captures carton dimensions and identifiers for tracking and inventory counting, when it's comparing what the workers are putting together as far as an order and comparing it into the warehouse management system, pulling that order information and cross-checking to make sure what they're putting in the order matches what's in this case, extensive. Okay. So we finished the training systems. Big thing I did this week was set up a couple dashboards. Doing all the Linux and on that. I set up a client dashboard and a developer dashboard. Now the client dashboard will be used for them to monitor and look at everything going on in real time, any activities. They'll be able to do queries on their dashboard. And this is something basically for the upper management to use and stuff. Whereas everyone else in the company who utilizes the systems will typically utilize it through the internal communications. Send it a message in this case Teams, the system will respond back through Teams with the answer to whatever query they have. Okay. Gosh, what else did we do this week? As far as growth of the system, I'm trying to think. There's a few more things we did. Either way, so where the system stands right now is it's fully operational. It's completely implemented into the site. Once I get there, I'm going to be installing the new PTZs and implementing capture zones and advanced intelligence into the system. Okay. Let's see. That was the development side, the client side, where the system sits right now. So here's some of the key features of AIWOS right now. So as it sits, we have real-time warehouse oversight. And that includes forklifts, pallet jacks, personnel, cargo. Everything is fully tracked within the system. What else do we have? We have multi-class detection here. I actually have notes on my screen because there's so much to go over. Our AI zone monitoring is all up and working for different zones to set triggers and alerts off. My QR-based equipment and SKU tracking systems are all implemented. They're ready to go to the site and start its first training and learn data for that specific site. The self-training and learning engines were a big thing this week. The dual dashboards, the seamless integration, all set up for WMS, TMS, and internal communications. And once I get there, I will be setting up and completing one of the most important things, which is the natural language query system, which enables any user to ask our system, AIWOS, any question, any way you want. It'll interpret it properly, gather the proper information, and provide the answer back with links to images and everything. Okay, so that system is about 60% complete. There's still a little bit more I got to work on that. There's just a lot going on. All right, that brings us towards the wrap up and what's coming up for this next week. This next week, I'm flying to Georgia today. I'll be catching a flight. It's what? I'm on the West Coast right now. It's 7 in the morning. My flight is in 4 hours, okay, or so. Flying to Georgia. When I get there Monday morning, first thing I do is I'll be running some cables and installing some of the brand new PTZ cameras and doing some new testing and setting up our system to control those cameras. Okay, I have to set up some PTZ control. That's right here, camera control. I gotta set that up once I get there and have those configured and in the network. And then I'll be doing testing. I'll be doing some vlogs directly from the site so you guys can see what the site looks like. Some of the cabling I do and everything to set it all up. And I'll basically take you along. Okay. Now, because I've been getting so much interest and the system is evolving so well, I've working with some people to make the arrangements to self-fund the early adopter rollout. So what does that mean? That means systems and warehouses up to about 150,000 square feet, systems up to about 40 high-end PTZ cameras, about $100,000 system, let's say. I'm going to be self-funding the first rollout of about 10 of these, 5 to 10 of these. The confidence we have in its abilities of the system, we're going to put all the equipment on these early adopter sites, pay for everything up front, nothing to the customer, leave it there for 60 days for them to try. If they're happy with it, they can start paying it off, and we will disperse the installation price all the way across. So rather than paying let's say $100,000 for a big warehouse, their cost is going to be about $4,000 a month starting on 2 months after the system is in, and they'll pay that for the first 24 months, about $4,000 a month, and then that'll drop down to just their normal license and usage, about $2,000 a month from that point on. So rather than our early adopters, now when I say $100,000, our system, that's what I'm talking about, a 40 camera system, which is what my early adopter offer is going to be. I will self-fund up to 40 camera systems. If the system requires less cameras, of course, that number goes down and everything else goes down. But I'm so confident in how this is progressing and the interest. And every time I discuss it with an owner, the value that they see in it, I feel that once it's there, there's zero reason they will ever want to get rid of it. And I'm willing to put up enough of my money to fund and fully install the first rollout of early adopters. So I will be rolling this offer out and letting you guys know more about this in the future. This again is dependent on the successful rollout in Georgia. If Georgia goes good, you'll see me on one of my next vlogs dancing down Main Street in Disney World, okay? I promise you that. If everything goes good, I'll just show you that on vlog, because that's how I'll be celebrating. Anyway, I have to wrap this up so I can catch a flight. I will see you on the next vlog from our site in Georgia. Thanks for following along, and I hope this is as interesting to you as it is for us. See you next time.